This video is about the work I've done in my sketchbook for assignment 2. This page here is about the project proposal form that I had done at the start of this project to explain what what we'll be doing. This is just the back of the project proposal form. The sheet of paper found behind the project proposal form is a brief plan on what I'm going to do for the essay. This is my project proposal PowerPoint slide opening. This page is about the fashion textiles technique that I want to try, and on it shows puppets with fashion styles on them, and also in the bottom right it shows sketches that I have done of fashion textiles that I want to do for my puppet. And on this page is about puppets, which I have previously looked at in my previous projects, but on this one I talk more about how the different types of puppets, e.g., for example, Star Wars puppets, how they use in the movies. On this page is describing about the final piece idea, and on this idea I've got the plan to make a puppet that could mix and match, like the potato head that is shown above, where I have a different style for beards, hats, and clothing. Here I talk about the materials I'll be probably using, like polyester, cotton, fabric, felt, or wool. On this page, I talk about the primary research that I need to be done. So for this plan, I am going to go to big clothing stores to check out the clothing they have, to see how it is displayed, what is the important stuff, and what's the cheap, expensive stuff, and see why it is for that price. And I can also check out magazines and all that will show off also future or soon to be sold clothing. And now I will be talking about the artists that have inspired me for this project. Surprising artist, Mr. Potato Head was as inspiring artist as he is one of the most popular mix and match toys out in the world currently, with their ability to be changed into different characters and mix and match. So you can make your own character, e.g., for example, you could make a chef with Star Wars gear. This page, I talk about the Cara Lot, which is an American-based Western clothing brand company where they shape cowboy hats and make cowboy boots with all kinds of other fashion, like button-up shirts and jeans. Royal Deluxe is a massive puppeteering parade that goes through towns, and is one of the artists I've been inspired by, since they use puppetry in a massive display than your normal glove puppet, which is normally on one person's hands or two. On this page, I talk about the Jim Henson Company. In previous projects, I have talked about Jim Henson himself, but I have never talked about the company, which have successfully carried on ever since Jim Henson's passing. But on their projects, they have helped out on multiple genres of films and shows. For example, they have helped out in Star Wars massively with in mainly all the movies now, from Baby Yoda recently and years ago with the first appearance of Yoda, and they have also recently helped out on a big set of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Ralph Lauren is a famous clothing artist of the casual brand. They are casual clothing is normally found in everyday life more than your goth clothing or even your Western clothing, mainly found in America. For the evaluation, the way I'm going to evaluate this project will, while it evolves, and is to create a plan on what I need to be done. So, since once I do one thing, I don't have to worry about trying to remember and what to do next, and also to make sure I'm not missing anything out. With the wonderful world of digital platforms, I will have to use, digital platforms to help sell my stuff. So the plan is I'm going to use the high quality social medias of TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram to show off my product, and maybe then put it either on on Temu, eBay, or even the Facebook marketplace, even now the TikTok marketplace as well, to sell off the gear that I will make. My artist essay will be about the two artists who have inspired me, that are Jim Henson and Randy Feltface, and I will talk about their similarities and differences with their puppets in the way they puppeteer them in the work they do. At the end of the paragraph, I move on to the next page, which shows off gonk designs that I've made for my previous puppet that I created. On this page, I talk about the 2D art and design repetition technique that I tried. So on this page, I talk about the starting process where I had a ton of post-it notes, and each and every post-it note I had a different Gonk inspired design. So for example, there would be one with a Viking sketch idea, and then there would be another one with a chef sketch idea. The page after that, I describe the process which I did of the repetition art, 2D art, which I made a selection of the favorite ones I did, favorite designs, and then I drew them out onto a board with 15 squares to have the 15 designs, and then I would draw the gonk heads and make them in their own way, but all same kind of shapes. So it'd all be, you could tell they're gonks, but they'll all be different kind of themes. For example, as you can tell, there in the top left, there's a wizard-looking pirate, wizard-looking gonk, and in like the middle, there is a simple gonk-looking gnome. On this page, I talk about the beard technique that I tried, which I was making a big beard that I would that would afterwards would shrink to make it more valuable size for the puppet. But I made it my size so I could see how it would fit, and making the big, since it would be bigger, it'd be easier to see itself from a larger scale. At the top of this page, you can see a assessment plan that I was set to get a good grade, and on the bottom of it, I zoom in onto the repetition 2D art, and I talk about the heads and the gonks of all of them in their different styles, and why I picked them and what they are to make it easier for you guys to understand. On this page is another assessment grade to see the grade I can get and see what process I need to do to get that grade and to get even better. On this page, I talk about the media and materials that I will use and have used during this project. So at the top is the materials like acrylic for the paints and the fabrics, and on the bottom is the media that I might use in the future and how I would use it. On this page, I talk about the artists that have used digital or social platforms with their work, and of course, it's the two artists that I am using my essay since they're the most understanding and the most information that I know. Like Randy Felt Race, who's a comedian, so he needs social media and all that to publish his work. And then the Jim Henson Company, which has a website so you can see the work they have done and also be able to contact them for future projects in case would want them to assist you in your project. On this page, I talk about the evaluation of my techniques that I've done. So I started with a fashion and textiles um, plan, which I talk about the positives and the negatives and why I changed from it. And then on this page, I talk about the repetition art style, which I quite enjoyed and was more successful than the fashion and textiles uh, plan that I had. And I also talk about why. On this page, I talk about the rug tufting technique I tried, which was a fun process and I would like to do it again, but is extremely difficult. Recently, while making this sketchbook video, I have me and my class went on a trip to Bristol where we explored the town and all its art. On this page, I talk about the outskirts or the streets of Bristol with the designs they have used on the buildings and the different statues and built creations they have made make it look more presentable and quite intriguing. I talk about the Bristol Museum, which I visited, one of the Bristol museums I visited, and I show all the stuff that was in it that quite intrigued me. For example, there was a dinosaur shaped town, which had a town on the back of it, and there was information about a group of researchers or artists that ex- um, teamed up with a monkey.